Most of your lawnmowers are magnetic.
I did not know lawnmowers used magnetos. All right, let's taxi. You steer with your feet on these things. That's why I'm not doing anything with the pedal with the
really?
yoke.
Steer with your feet.
Yep, so I'm using differential braking to control the plane.
Okay.
So I'm braking harder on the right side now, so the left wheel can keep spinning.
Like a tractor.
Yeah, kind of.
Moraine traffic, Stinson 458, turning base for 08.
Oh, we're gonna need to see somebody land. Cool. Base means he's about ready to turn final. Final is pointing at the runway.
Ah.
Alright, so I got the GPS set up, give us our ground speed. So the instruments, this is our airspeed indicator. It tells us how fast air is flowing over the wing. It doesn't tell us our ground speed, it just tells us how fast the air is going over the wing.
Right.
This is our attitude indicator. It tells us how the wings are level relative to the horizon. You only use that if you like fly into clouds or something and you can see outside.
Ah.
Moraine traffic,
Altitude
Stinson
indicator, we're at
458,
720 above sea level right now.
Uh-huh.
This is the navigational instrument that we're not going to use. It tracks radio beacons, VORs.
Oh.
That's a backup to this. In some ways, it does other things too, but it's probably beyond the scope of what we can talk about right now. This is the This is the gyroscopic compass. It's not really a compass. A compass uses magnetism to point toward the poles. This uses the principles of gyroscopes to make sure that it always points whatever direction you set it to. And this is our vertical speed indicator, which says if we're going up or down.
Okay.
Here, we're going to watch this guy land. Alright, so the next thing I got to do before we take off is called the mag check. So I want to make sure that both mags are working. We only actually need one for the engine, but we always make sure both are working before we take off. So
Right.
I'm grounding out the right mag and verifying that my RPM doesn't drop more than 100. Now I got back to both mags. Now I'm just grounding out the left one, and that was a successful mag check. Carb heat, we use this if the carburetor freezes up. I'm sure you probably have heard of that happening before.
Oh, yeah.
So if the carburetor starts to freeze up, we can turn on carb heat. We also use it to prevent the carburetor from freezing up when we're operating at low RPM.
Right.
So basically that was it. Let's double check and go through the, make sure I didn't forget anything on the checklist. Oh, I did forget to check the suction. Not really that important today, but this is, the gyroscopes are all vacuum powered, so if the suction's in the green, that means they're likely to be working.
458, clear back.
Flight controls look good. And oil pressure, oil temperature looks good. So we're ready to roll.
Okay.
Alright, let's make sure nobody's on final. I don't see any planes out there.
Right.
If at any point today you see a plane, let me know. I
Okay.
need to know about other planes so we don't bump into them.
Right.
And nobody's on final for the other runway.
Spoil your day.
That would ruin your day. But at least it'd be a short day. Moraine traffic 67527 departing runway 8. Departure to the west from the downwind parade. All right, full power. So we will be off the ground when this thing hits about 60 knots.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
We're off the ground.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Back to that traffic, 7379 final.
Flying over the Great Miami River.
Yep.
Don't look all that great now.
That's just turbulence. It is getting a little bumpier as it heats up. The reason for that, what causes that, is unequal heating of the ground.
Oh, really?
So this part, probably that bump came from this big blacktop kind of area down here.
Uh-huh. Well, this is the old GM bus and truck plant.
Moraine traffic, 67527, turning downwind, departing to the west. Moraine. Downwind for 8 for 67527.
I-75.
Yep.
Never flown up from this park here.
So, I finally figured out where it is. I can't see the reference point. Oh, there it is. There's a tower right off of our nose, maybe our 11 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
That tower is the radio tower across the street from your, or across from your house.
Yeah, WFCJ. Well, it's cloudy up here, isn't it?
This is the clearest it's been since we've been flying. It's not, yeah, apparently they told me at the airport that Dayton is known for being kind of a hazy area.
Yeah.
Traffic, 95 feet, Charlie, turning final runway 02,
How did Little Red do up here?
She loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah, she kept wanting to do the zero-G maneuver. The zero-G maneuver is where you take the plane into a climb, and then you push the nose forward so you get thrown up off your seat.
Oh.
A lot of fun.
Is it very expensive to rent one of these planes, or?
It kind of depends on your perspective.
Huh?
So the plane costs $87 an hour, but that's when the engine's running only. So this little meter here ticks for when the engine's running, and it's just whatever you spend on the Hobbs meter.
Oh.
All right, so we are right. We should be able to see your house now.
Ah.
It's right off of our left side.
Off the left side?
I'm going to turn around the tower here and then point us back so you'll be able to see Bear Creek.
Oh, okay.
This is 4 right here. I think that's West
4?
Carrollton.
Yeah, that would be the...
Okay, so when I turn a little bit more here,
Oh my, this is fun.
so Union Road, we're paralleling Union Road.
anagram traffic, Cabria 327 Bravo Echo is on a 1 mile final runway
Oh, okay.
Savannah.
All right, some nice looking pools up here.
So the creek is adjacent to that very green area with those two white houses
Uh-huh.
directly off our left wing.
Yeah.
The creek runs right along him, right along there. So your house should be one of these right here.
Indianapolis Regional, King Air,
Yeah.
21, uniform pop. Yes, ma'am, we'll probably be on the ground in about another 20 minutes. We have 8 to offload. This will be a quick turn for us. We're looking to get 75 gallons each side. with Chris and GPU if you can, and then we'll also probably need maybe some ice.
Did you see it yet? Should be right in here in the trees somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And this is their home. I think they might have some food.
Traveling right across from.
Okay, no problem. All right, we'll see you guys in about 20.
There's the creek. See the creek?
It's amazing. It don't look like what you think it would, does it?
Nope.
Cardinal is,
Took me forever to find it. I never did find it for sure. June was the one that found it. Oh. So you want to fly a bit?
Huh?
You want to fly a bit? The plane flies itself. I'm not doing anything
Flies
right now.
itself?
Yeah.
Ah, I can act like I'm flying.
Yeah. So just as it starts to turn left a little bit, just use the yoke to make
You
it go
want to
right.
turn left?
Yep.
We better let you take over. I don't want to mess up, but
There's nothing you can do that.
the idea is to keep it level, isn't it?
Sure, but I mean, when you're turning, that's fine. You can also use the rudder pedals to move the
Kinda
nose
fun. I'll let
left
you
and
do
right.
it.
Yeah, I'm using the rudder pedals to spin the nose around.
Moraine traffic, stock 56, Romeo, departing pattern to the south,
So, I mean, I'll fly anytime. If you don't want to, I won't make you, but
I'll let you
there's
do it.
really just nothing
Billy,
you
I'm,
can do.
I'm not real good at my
Okay.
coordination ain't worth a hoot.
Grinders Field, Meridian 128 Charlie, currently 5 miles to the northwest of the airport. We'll be entering a left downwind for runway 02.
Oh, that is nice. I'm just enjoying the flight here.
Yep.
I'll bet June was hollering right here.
Well, she didn't like the turns.
Huh?
She did not like turns.
Sound like a bird?
Turn, like when I'm turning the plane. She didn't care much for that.
Traffic Warrior 84054.
A lot of you get addicted to flying and stuff like this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun.
It's a lot of fun. So there's our airport over there.
Yeah.
Man, this frequency's annoying. No, you want to do anything else or you want to head back? I don't care, whatever you want to do.
I couldn't hear you.
Do you want to do anything else or are you ready to head back?
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to run your costs up.
Well, don't worry about that.
Uh,
I don't care. Anything around here you want to go
it's
try to
fun.
find?
What's the longest trip you've ever made up like this?
I actually flew all the way from Maryland almost to here.
Huh?
I flew from Maryland almost to here.
Maryland to here?
Yeah, from Maryland almost to here.
Almost to here. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a nice long flight.
So do you know what any of this stuff is? Like these giant, I guess I gotta turn the plane around because they're directly off our tail now. But these big water, blue, like dark or very light blue water areas.
Uh-huh.
Like light blue lake. Any idea what's going on there?
Those towers there, those are mostly silos. Grain belt, where they store crops, corn and soybean and stuff.
So I meant the blue lake that's over here.
Over there?
Yeah, right here, very close to us. It's got like the beachy, the dirt
Right.
beach. Yeah, what's going on there?
My guess is those are gravel pits.
Okay.
We had 2 or 3 of them in the area. They're still developing and they're digging around it. It's still where they're mining the gravel. I don't see any noticeable landmarks as far as what road that's on, but Farmersville is Carrollton Road. There's also a couple water treatment facilities where the GM is right over here real close, and they had a large contamination, so they dug these ponds to keep the contaminated water out of the river.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's Dryden Road over that way. We're following around the Great Miami there.
So here's a tower off of our, right about at our 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock position. Any idea what that tower is?
That tower...
It's like a little, almost like an air traffic control tower.
Huh.
I'm turning so that we can put it off our
Yeah,
left
I
lane.
don't know what... No, I'm not familiar with what that might be.
Yeah, I don't know either. Kind of, at first I got nervous. I thought it was a tower for like an airport.
No.
Because you're not supposed to fly close to those without calling and asking permission.
Right.
But it's definitely not an airport.
No, it's not an airport. It's in the middle of a crop field, so I'm thinking it's some kind of a storage for grain of some sort. Well, there's still a lot of vast land that's not, you know, being productively used.
Yep, it's open out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of open land there. Or big tracts of land, you know. Probably most of them are farms. But it's nice up here, isn't it? Just
Yep, it's really nice. I love flying. I mean, around the Maryland area, it was also really beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
There was flying over the Chesapeake Bay.
Uh-huh.
So much fun. Alright, so I think I'll take us back now unless there's something else you want to go try to find.
I couldn't hear you, Bill.
I'm going to head back to the airport now unless there's something else you want to try to find.
No, there's nothing I need to...
Moraine traffic 67527, 4 miles to the west, going to overfly the field and turn around and join the downwind for 8 Moraine. So those radio calls that I make are to let other planes know where I'm at, because around the airport there's a lot of planes, obviously.
Coming in and out, yeah.
So you're supposed to announce where you are, who you are, and what you're going to do.
Oh.
That way other people know.
Less likely to run into you.
Yep.
Supposed to reduce the risks anyway.
Yep. But actually it's completely legal to fly around here without a radio at all.
Uh-huh.
Which doesn't seem like a very good idea to me.
Yeah. I was surprised to see June up willing to do it this morning.
I was too. Mom told me there was no chance.
That was a shock. She was adamant last night she wasn't going to do it. She didn't want the girls to do it.
So she went first to make sure it was okay?
And this morning she totally changed her mind. Ready to go.
Uniform, about a 5-mile final GPS, runway 2, Urbana.
Alright, nobody's out there. That looks good.
Yeah.
West.
Now, Warrior, I'm in front of you here. You might want to watch out for you.
Grimes traffic, Twin Beach 8640 Echo is about 3 miles south of the airport in Urbana. We're circling over the Grimes factory at 2,100 feet.
Moraine traffic 67527 is 2,500 feet directly over the field on the upwind. Turn around and join the downwind for 08 Moraine.
Grimes traffic, Mooney 473 at Hotel is now on the downwind for runway 2 at Grimes Field.
That's not a good sound. That happens when two people step on each other.
Huh?
That squealing, did you hear the squealing?
Yeah.
That's when two people step on each other on the radio.
Oh.
On the circling track, that's no, in traffic, 503, that's Mike turning left downwind, runway 10, let's go.
Alright, so I'm going to reduce the power. First thing I do is turn on the carb heat so the engine doesn't freeze up. And pulling the power back, that allows us to Moraine traffic, 67527, turning crosswind to join downwind for 08 Moraine.
You in there, Sam?
Alright, brought us in at pattern altitude. So the way you generally land at an airport is you fly parallel to the runway and then turn around and land on it the other way.
I don't see how you recognize everything that's up here.
It's hard. So actually today was really helpful for me to get acclimated with the area.
Uh-huh.
Doing this 5 times.
Yeah.
It's one after another. It's very good practice.
Gives you a little bit of practice on it, doesn't it?
Yep. Alright, so we're abeam the runway threshold, so I'm going to pull the power back a lot. Bring the nose up. So you slow a plane down the same way you slow a car down without brakes. You push it uphill. So you pull the nose up and watch the airspeed drain off.
Drops down.
Then I work in wing flaps.
Skyhawk 55409 is, we're about 5
I'll spin it out for you.
miles to the top end and crosswind for runway 02, around right.
Moraine traffic 67527, base 08 Moraine. Radio calls are supposed to be short and quick, to the point. So watch out the left wing and watch the one I put the flaps down. See that thing moving?
Yeah.
That allows me to fly the plane slower and still keep control. Because once you get the plane going really slow, it's harder to control it.
But
Moraine traffic.
So runway 2, just trying to climb, get some altitude. Urbana.
Moraine traffic 67527, final 0 Moraine. Alright, got full flaps in. A little bit more nose up trim, slow us down. Right on glide slope.
409, crosswind, runway 2, Urbana Drive.
So I want to keep that right around 60. The airspeed as I come in here. Alright, don't need any more power. Glide it in from here. Level us off. Hold the nose up. Nose up. Here we go. And we're stopped.
we're down.
Moraine traffic 527, clear of runway 8 Moraine.
Green 96, 120, Charlie, turning base, runway 5,
Well, that was fun.
Sure was, wasn't it?
Huh.
I love doing this.
Do you?
Yep.
What's a plane like this cost?
$20,000.
1,000?
Yep. Alright, so shutdown procedure for this guy. is you make sure you did all your after landing stuff. So fix the trim, make sure the flaps are up, power up to 1000 RPM, turn off the radios, turn the landing lights off. Once nothing else is draining the battery, pull the mixture to lean, kill the engine. Someday.
Oh, we're done. Oh, well, that was fun. It was. What's that noise? Is that us?
That's the gyro spinning down.
Oh.
Yeah.